Have you ever walked into a room expecting everything to be ordinary, only to realize, in a single heartbeat, that nothing ever will be again? That's what happened to me. I thought I was just checking on my son before bed. Instead, I opened a door that would rewrite everything I believed about him and about myself. The house was steeped in that eerie kind of silence that only exists after midnight, the kind that makes you aware of your own heartbeat. A thin line of light slipped out from under Ethan's door, spilling across the hallway floor like a secret. I hesitated, whispering his name softly, expecting the quiet murmur of sleep in return. But there was nothing, only the hum of the night pressing in around me. I turned the knob and pushed the door open. His bed was empty. The blanket tossed aside, his phone glowing faintly on the nightstand. For a moment, my mind refused to process what my eyes were seeing. Then, in the corner of the room, a shadow moved. It was Tyler, Ethan's best friend. Sitting on the floor, his eyes red, his face pale. When he looked up, I barely recognized him. "He's not here," he said, voice trembling. I felt the world tilt. "What do you mean he's not here? Where did he go?" Tyler hesitated. His gaze flicked toward the window where the curtains stirred though no wind blew. "He left about an hour ago," he whispered. "Said he needed to get away. Said someone was following him." The words sliced through the air like ice water. "Following him? Who?" I demanded. Tyler's hands were shaking as he reached into his pocket and pulled out a crumpled note. He handed it to me, his lips pressed together. It was damp from his grip. I unfolded it. "Mom, I'm sorry," that was all. 2 words that felt heavier than the world. My breath caught. "Sorry for what?" I asked, but the paper had no answers. Within minutes, I was in the car. Tyler beside me, pale and silent. The roads were deserted, glistening from a fresh rain. Every shadow looked alive. Every turn felt like it led nowhere. We checked the park, the diner, the hill behind the school where Ethan liked to sit and watch the city lights. Each place was empty, like his absence had swallowed the world whole. Then Tyler said, barely above a whisper, "There's one more place, the old bridge." And I knew. When we reached it, the wind was cold and sharp, carrying the metallic scent of rain and river water. The headlights cut through the darkness, landing on something near the railing. Ethan's backpack, one strap torn. I ran toward it, calling his name until my throat burned. My voice echoed, small and desperate, swallowed by the night. Tyler's flashlight beams swept across the ground and stopped. Ethan's phone. The screen was lit, a single message typed, but never sent. "I can't do this anymore." I dropped to my knees. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold the phone. Then, the sound of an engine. Headlights grew brighter, closer. A car slowed to a stop at the far end of the bridge. My heart stuttered. The door opened, and through the rain, a figure stepped out. For a moment, I didn't recognize him. Drenched, trembling, his face pale beneath the downpour. Then he spoke. My name. And I ran. When I reached him, I wrapped my arms around him so tightly, it felt like I could keep the world from breaking again. His heartbeat was racing against mine. "I didn't want you to find out this way," he whispered. Later, in the car's dim light, his words came in fragments. He told me about an online group, something that started as a gaming chat, but twisted into something darker. They'd asked for photos, secrets, favors, and when he tried to back out, they threatened him. Tyler had discovered what was happening, tried to protect him, but things spiraled. That night, Ethan wasn't running from home. He was running from fear, from people who turned his screen into a weapon. I listened, every word cutting deeper. I kept thinking of all those nights he'd been quiet, eyes flicking to his phone with a kind of dread I didn't want to see. I told myself he was just tired. Just growing up. I was wrong. By morning, the police had traced the accounts. Whoever they were, they vanished. But the silence they left behind stayed. That night, I sat beside Ethan's bed, watching him breathe, afraid to close my eyes in case he disappeared again. There are moments that split your life cleanly in two, before and after. That night was mine. It taught me that danger doesn't always break down your door. Sometimes it hides behind a glowing screen, in the messages we scroll past, in the fear our children learn to hide too well. And every night since, I still pause by Ethan's door, listening for the soft rhythm of his breathing, reminding myself that he's here, that I saw the edge of the dark, and we made it back.